Most people think you need a team, ads, and a whole operation to make money online. You don't. And I know you don't because I built a seven-figure online business without none of that stuff. So, what is it that you actually need? Well, good for you. You're at the right place at the right time to listen to a handsome fellow wearing a Prince t-shirt break it down for you. Look, in order to grow a successful business, all you need is a problem, a simple product, and people that want it. And there's a framework to put these three things together. And it's only going to take me about 5 minutes to break this down. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you may just end up assed out like Prince did when he wore the pants with the booty cut out. So look, first of all, you have to solve a real problem. And I highly suggest that you start with yours. So think about this. Your business starts with problems that you solved or problems that you're actively solving. So a lot of people, they're always thinking about what they can do or what product they can create to make money instead of thinking about what problem can they solve. And if you start off with solving your own problems, then it becomes a lot easier because then you can become a credible authority figure within your niche because you're speaking and creating from your lived experience. And then it becomes very easy for you to create content to market your product to the marketplace because your content simply just becomes your documented journey. So a lot of people are thinking, what product can I create and how can I create content instead of thinking about what problems can I solve and can I document my journey versus creating content. And when you do that, stuff becomes a lot easier. All that I do in product creation and content creation, in building resources and educational material for my community, is that I simply just help people with the problems that I had overcame for myself. If you can focus and lock in on that, a lot of this stuff becomes a lot easier. Think we've all been through things to whereas we've gotten through something and then we say, man, if I only knew then what I know now. Well, guess what? You do know it now. So why not help people that are going through what you've already been through? So think about things that you have gone through or things that you are currently going through or things that you have helped other people overcome. So when you realize this, then you realize that you need to think in problems and then build the products off of those problems. So don't start with what should I sell? Start with what hurts. Start with what do people want fixed? And the three core markets in order to really make some serious life-changing income, they typically come down to these three: health, wealth, and relationships. These are the big three, right? This is more powerful than Blossom, Buttercup, and Bubbles. This is more powerful than T-Bias, Left Eye, and Chili. Maybe I shouldn't say anything about Chili right now. I heard that Chili is swimming in some deep hot water right now. So what's another trio? Bell, Biv, and DeVoe. So look, once you focus in on a problem within one of these three markets, then you simply solve it and then you build a simple framework around it. So once you fix those problems, then you simply just turn your process into steps. And then those steps becomes your product. And then you're literally just thinking, how can I guide my past self? And a lot of people, they're really overcomplicating stuff for themselves because they stay in their head too much and they think that they need to be some type of super high guru Mensa level of an expert when you don't have to be that. So literally all that you have to do is, if this is a 0 and this is a 10 right here, all that you have to do is be at least 1 to a few steps ahead of somebody else that you're helping. So somebody that is at a 3 can help somebody that's at a 1 and a 2. Somebody that is at a 6 can help somebody that's at a 5 and a 4, right? And here's what a lot of people don't realize about this whole expert that they think that they have to be here. People don't teach because they're experts. People become experts because they teach. So think about this. The only reason why you think that anybody online is an expert It's because they consistently show up and teach about the things that they know. So people do not teach because they're experts. People become perceived experts because they teach. That's how you become the trusted authority and the trusted expert within your space. So start small. Remember this. Start small, and you don't need to create some huge product to start. What you need to create is a minimal viable product or an MVP. So don't wait to be perfect. Launch something that's simple, but launch it fast. Speed is the game here. And here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. If you don't feel embarrassed, then you're waiting way too long to launch something. You should feel embarrassed when you launch your first product. You should feel embarrassed when you launch your first offer. You should feel like your first product isn't good enough yet. That's good. You want to create a minimal viable product. So you want to create something that is minimal enough to where you can get it done quickly, but is viable enough to get somebody a result. And then you want to stay in constant feedback loops with the market. So you want to create your minimal viable product. You want to get it into the hands of somebody, which is where you make the money. Then you want to get feedback. And then you want to reassess, or what I call tinker, in order to make your product better over time. This isn't just something that's done in online business and digital products and communities. This is something that's done at business at the highest level. When I first started to implement this concept for myself, I was studying Steve Madden. If you're not familiar with Steve Madden, he makes women's footwear, right? Steve Madden, he has a very inspirational story. But outside of that, when I was watching this documentary, his process on how he created his products really stood out to me. So Steve Madden, he said that he didn't just go out and make shoes in bulks by the hundreds of thousands or millions of pairs. What he would do is that he would walk the streets of New York City. He would look down at women's feet all day. He said some people thought he was a weirdo, right? He said that he would look in catalogs. He would watch TV. He would look for inspiration. Then when he got an idea, he would create a minimal viable product, right? He would create a few to a small batch of the shoes that he had an idea of. Then what he had was in his main company, or his flagship store in New York, I think it was in Soho, he had like a little factory on top of the store. So what he would do is that he would create a minimal viable product, a small batch, and then he would put it downstairs in the store. And he said that then either he or his staff, they will be talking to the women. They will be like, oh, you like the shoe? How does it feel? Do you like the aesthetic? Do you like the silhouette? Take a walk. How does it feel? Whatever. And then he would sell that small batch. And he said that if he sold out on a weekend or on a Saturday, then he knew that he had something. But that came from him getting it out there and actually getting the feedback from it. So then he knew he had a winner, and then he would mass produce it in the factories, right? This is something that's done to the richest guy on the planet as well, Elon Musk. He does this as well with Tesla. If you think of Tesla, Elon Musk doesn't just create the new Tesla or the Cybertruck or something like that and then sell it mass to the market. No. He creates a minimal viable product. He typically has a wait list first that he charges for to sign up for the wait list. And then he ships a small batch of them. Everybody doesn't get it at once. So then he and his company can get feedback from what's wrong with it. Do we need to upgrade some softwares? How's it riding or whatnot? Are there any errors? Then he starts to roll them out in bulk to the marketplace, right? So what a lot of creators are doing is that they're thinking that they have to have this perfect product on day one. And then they stay in analysis paralysis, and they always stay in strategy phase, that they don't ever get anything out to the market, and they're always going off of what they think people want instead of actually getting something into the hands of people to where they can make strategic moves from what they know that people want. And this happens when you create an MVP and actually start small and launch before you feel ready, because if you're waiting to feel ready, then you'll be waiting for forever. Now, In creating your MVP, the main thing that's going to make this work is that you need a unique angle, which is going to be a USP. And the USP stands for unique sales proposition or unique selling point, right? So this is going to be something that makes you unique within the marketplace. So a lot of people think that the problem that you're going to solve has the same positioning of that problem. So for example, if somebody wants to create a productivity product or a productivity course or a productivity ebook or launch a productivity community, they think that that is what people are wanting. That's how they can position it. That's not the case. So what would make that unique? Who is that product actually for? So imagine if that product was for people who struggle with ADHD. Well, now instead of just having a productivity product, well, now you can have an ADHD friendly system. So that's the same vehicle, but a different lane, and that's how you can stand out. So think, what is going to make your offer unique? If you're going to have a health product, say that you're in the health niche and you're helping people to lose weight. Do you just want a weight loss product? No. What's unique about that? Well, imagine if that is a program for new mothers to shed the baby weight within 90 days. Well, that's a unique selling proposition. And then the people in the marketplace who that is actually for, it'll be easy to get in front of them because you know what it is that they're consuming. So you can make the content for them to where the algorithm will place them in front of you, right? And then when they see you, they'll be like, oh, this person is for me and this product is for me. And people buy things from people that they know, like, and trust first. People will come to trust you first and believe in you as somebody that can help them with whatever the problem is that they're going through. So you need a unique angle or that USP, that unique selling proposition or unique selling point. Now, in this, don't overthink the price because a lot of people really stay stuck in their head over the price. And hear me loud and clear when I say this. Price is only an issue if value is absent. So price equals value, not effort. So what you don't want to do in the marketplace is that you don't want to compete on price. Instead, what you want to do is increase the focus on the dream outcome or the result or the promise that we're giving in our product. So think about this. All that people want is a result. All that they want to go is from where they are right now, which is their current situation, and they want to get to right here, which is their desired situation. All that we need to focus on is increasing the focus on the desired situation, increasing the focus on our big promise, increasing the focus on our dream outcome that our customer is going to want, right? So how can you do that? Well, you can say that somebody could get a result faster. You could say that somebody could get a result easier, or you can give a guarantee and be like, you will certainly get this result. Now, I do not advise you to guarantee that somebody is going to get a result unless you can guarantee that somebody is going to get a result, right? Think, we're in the trust economy right now. But even though we're in the trust economy, it's a trust recession. So many people are skeptical, as they have every single right to be, of people that they hear on the internet making stuff sound too good to be true, right? So think about trust in any relationship, whether it be romantically, friendship, family, business, whatever. It can take a long time to gain somebody's trust, but you can break that trust in a split second, in an instant, and never get it back again. So do not guarantee that somebody can get something for certain unless you certainly can make sure that you can guarantee them a result. So I don't recommend that people do this here unless they have done for you products, right? So typically there's 3 types of offers that you can have online. You have done for you, you have done with you, and then you have do it yourself. Right? These are the three main offers. I wouldn't recommend you guarantee something for somebody unless you have a done for you type offer. All right. Now, with this, what you need to understand is that you need to create content in order to let somebody know that you have a product available. A lot of people just think that they can create some digital product and then boom, they're going to make money. No, this isn't a if you build it, they will come type of thing. If you build it and nobody knows it exists, then you will not make any money. So you need to think of content as not only marketing, but for connection. So even over here, like I said, although we're focused here is on closing this gap. I call this the transformation gap. We're taking people from where they are right now to where they want to be, and we want to close that gap. Well, we want to do the same thing as far as connectivity with our content, right? So you need to think of content not so much as marketing and to sell your stuff, but for connection, not clout. So you don't want to go out and chase for virality. Typically, when stuff goes viral, then you have a very broad audience. And if we're thinking like contentpreneurs instead of content creators, then we're only focused on getting in front of a certain demographic of an audience instead of everybody, right? So you create content for your specific audience and their specific problems, and that's it. You don't want to go out, see what's trendy, see what's gone viral on the internet, see what's super popular, and then try to emulate that. You're only focusing and obsessing on coming up with solutions for your audience's problems and then creating content for them, and that's it. So while you're creating this content to build an audience, you want to build an audience that you own, not something that's just on rented land. So you want to build out an asset, which could be your email list. So think about this. Social media, that's rented land, but an email is an owned asset. The key here is ownership. And the key is data, all right? And a lot of people, they're building up everybody else's business instead of their own. And they're even housing their products on other people's platforms that is building their business instead of their own. Like somebody will come to me and say that they have an ebook and they want to sell it on Amazon. Well, I'm like, okay, you're helping Jeff Bezos build Amazon instead of you building your business. Yeah, you might have got a sale, but you don't have any data that you own. You don't have that customer's contact information. Guess who does? Amazon does. So when Amazon has some type of promotion, or when Amazon has Prime Day, or when Amazon wants to suggest that they add other stuff to their cart, Amazon can do that. You don't get to do that. So you want to even house your products and your offers on something to whereas you can capture that customer data to whereas you can possibly upsell them. You can offer them to join your community if you have one or when you build one. Down the line, if you create another product, you want to be able to directly let that person know that you have something available, right? And then in the unfortunate event that you switch platforms, or maybe the new thing comes up, because none of this stuff is forever. Outside of I am betting big on YouTube. That's why I only make YouTube content, and I highly suggest that you do too, because YouTube is the only long form evergreen platform. I was literally talking about this on my coaching call yesterday in my community with James. Shout out to you, James, if you happen to be watching this. But I was showing him a breakdown of my stats from an experiment that I did last month and another experiment in October. And I was telling him during both of those months and to this very month, something that I did 2 years ago is still one of my best performers on a monthly basis. That's not going to happen on short form social media stuff. That stuff, it's here today, literally gone today, right? But you want to drive your traffic and build an audience of data that you actually own. You don't want to build on rented land. You want to build with owned assets, right? Now, a simple funnel structure that you can do in order to create this, and this is an actual business model, this is a 7-figure simple business model right here, is that You want to give out free value. Everything starts with free. So many people are missing out on the opportunity of a lifetime because a paycheck isn't attached to it. And so many people don't realize that they're in the situation that they're in right now that they do not want to be in, because they're only thinking about how can I make money right now. So 99% of people, what do? They're thinking, how can I make money right now, this instant? They go get a job because they know for this many hours, I'm going to get paid this much money. Well, that's why their income is always going to be capped, because time is an infinite resource. Well, mistake that. For God, time's an infinite resource. For us, time is a very, very finite resource, but money is an infinite resource. So if our money is attached to how much time that we have, our income is always going to be capped. So we need to be able to remove time from the equation to where we can create a system for ourselves. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money, to where you can actually make more regardless of how much time you put into it. But that starts with free. And free content is something that can compound over time, especially with YouTube, right? So everything starts with free. So stop thinking of how you can get money from somebody and start thinking, how can I add free value to somebody? That starts with the content. And then here with the second one, this is something that you can choose to do. It's not a must, but it is something that you can do. And it will probably be best for most people, especially starting out. But you could go with a free product from your free content. Now, the sole purpose for this is so you can build this asset here of an email list, right? Now, I'm not the biggest fan of giving away freebies. Why? Because typically, free people are super cheap. Free people are cheapo people, right? And a lot of times, a high majority of people that will sign up for an email list or download a freebie, they download everybody's freebie. They sign up for everybody's free webinar, or free masterclass, or free challenge, or free whatever it is. And they just never end up really actually getting results for themselves, because they truly don't care about the problem enough to really make a change in their life. And why I say this is this. Think about it. Us as humans, this is just how we're designed as humans. We really put our money where our mouth is. We really spend our money on the things that we actually do care about. That's why when people tell me that they really want to change their life and build a business and make money online and all this stuff, I'm like, all right, prove it to me. Show me the last 3 to 6 months of your bank statements. Why do you want to see that? What? I'm like, because that will show you what it is that you actually care about. I remember a young lady told me this last year, and she did this exercise, and we found out that she spent a lot of her money on hookah, tequila, and lamb chops. I was like, hey, boo-boo, that's what you care about right there. It's obviously not your business, not your personal development, not your education, not acquiring skills and developing skills, right? But from this, whatever it is that we want to do, especially starting off, we can funnel these people or lead these people to a low ticket offer, right? Now, depending on the price of your offer, I think that you can direct people directly to a low ticket offer. You can skip the lead magnet aspect of it. Like, my free lead magnet is my content. And I make sure that my free content is more valuable than other people's paid content. And I know it because on a weekly basis, people tell me how much they learned from a free YouTube video over a course that they paid $3,000 for. I get comments on a weekly basis about the results that people are getting from my free videos. At the end of this video, I'm actually going to give you a free 5.5-hour course, right? My free content is what I like to call my community service content, right? But you can lead somebody to your offer, and then you can ascend somebody with something that you have of higher value and a core offer later on once they've already made a purchasing decision, whether that be a course, whether that be some type of coaching program that you have, whether that be a community. Because the best time to sell something to somebody is while they're buying or immediately after they've bought something, right? Now, a key thing with everything is this. You need to realize that the community is always going to beat the solo grind. And I truly believe that a lot of people are trapped by their circle. A lot of people think that they have a circle, but I'm like, if you're trapped, then your circle is actually a cage. And I know how hard it is to be out here on this entrepreneurial journey, feeling like a lone wolf. And it's a lot easier when you have a pack. So find somewhere to where you can find some type of connection and some type of shared journey. That's the whole reason why I'm building my community. It's crowded at the top. I know how hard it is to be on this journey alone. It's tough. Entrepreneurship, I don't care what anybody says on the internet or how everybody wants to get views by saying stuff is so easy to make passive income and whatnot. This stuff is hard. If you want to do what 99% of people aren't doing, you have to not conform to the beliefs that 99% of people have, and that's hard. So whether you join my community or find somewhere else, whatever, you need to find some group of like-minded people to help you stay accountable to yourself. Because think about this, I love to use the gym as an example. So many people say that they're gonna work out, and they don't, even though they want to. But if you have a partner and you tell your partner, hey, I'm gonna meet you at the gym tomorrow, 6 a.m. Well, you don't wanna let that partner down. Therefore, you actually start to do the stuff that you said that you were going to do, right? So I'm not sitting here telling you to join my community, but find some type of community. Because community, it increases your retention on your goals, it increases your motivation, and it helps you to increase and get your actual results because you found a group of like-minded people and you get to run like a pack instead of like a lone wolf. And I'm telling you, this journey is going to be difficult, but it's easier when you find a pack of people to run with. So there's 3 things that you need, like I said at the beginning of this video, to build a successful business. You need a problem, a simple product, and people that actually want it. But these 10 steps right here is how you actually get and merge those 3 together. And if you check out this course right here, complete 5.5-hour course that breaks down from everything step by step, how to take this concept and actually scale a successful online business. It's crowded at the top.